Really? We want to believe that it's not true, that there are simpler ways, but the work is the work. Hello, there's my friend.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, except I'm not here 15 minutes early.
No one ever is.
Better than usual.
Every time you keep improving, you will eventually improve. You got 1% better every year. You're 65% better at the end of the year.
You're right, yeah.
Nobody's got red shoes yet. Steve, how's business doing back there in the back? How's business doing? Good. Have a good so far. I mean, you're halfway through the month. Is this going to be a good month for you, or a tougher month?
We have 3 closings.
3 closings in this month still. Wow, nice work, man. That's 30. That's only 36 a year. Does it take 36?
I don't have anything booked beyond that, though.
Well, you gotta start somewhere. Candace, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How's business?
Business is going.
Business is busy? Busy being at the business of busyness?
Yes.
Kelly, I'd ask, but I already know. Morning, Lisa. How are you today? Good to have you
She's a
in.
superstar now. She's on like shopping carts.
Oh,
Yeah, at some point you pass a level and you get on a shopping cart.
Right?
Although I'm going to say for the record, Kelly is no Yoko Breckenridge.
Thank you. Seaver and Dodd, Rachel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm friends with Kelly. Yeah, it's weird to walk in and like look at all the carts that are there.
That's neat.
I go to the grocery store
You're
with her
gonna be
about
shopping
three.
in some.
Hasn't happened yet, but I would go shopping while wearing the shirt and going, anybody want to So far, not.
How's business, Lisa?
Good.
Are you busy? How's all?
Well, you know, Melissa and I had a business plan and set financial goals. Well, we met our financial goals in June or July. And so like now what I'm really using the time for, because things have slowed down. And so, I mean, I'm just saying for what we had in the pipeline. And so then I've got a lot of projects, I mean, a lot of new things that we're going to implement that I'm laying foundation to. So that's kind of what that's what I'm working on right now.
To be busy, then you won't be. So
Right. Yeah. So,
So
I'm
laying
burning the midnight oil for lots of about 4 different huge projects for us. So, like new niches, I guess is what I'm saying. So.
that sounds like a hoot and a half.
Thanks for
I want to
asking.
be in there. Look at that, there's my new friend. What do you think, Jamie?
I think I need to turn my hearing aid.
What? That little ringing in my ear. Look at will you run with me? With me? We'll run together.
But you need to do it like this. No, this
There we
is
go.
an Olivia thing.
That's a little
And
better.
then I just make sure that my back is
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I didn't know where you were.
This is the right way, that's it.
This is Lisa.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Lisa and I do real estate together.
Oh, okay.
And Anna is interning with Kelly in the summer.
Okay. Well, how wonderful.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
so now that you're gonna stay?
Yeah, I start school September
You know what I
7th.
mean?
But I plan on still doing marketing. Like
Oh,
even
wow.
if I can't come in
Wow.
from home.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's something we found she can very easily do
Yeah.
from home.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah, especially my 2 different colored eyes and my candy fashion sense
look at the
and my
calendar,
remarkable pile of
our
money.
social media schedule.
There you go. Those would be some very, very, very similar sets of things.
Good.
Megan,
Why are you shocked?
Well, you know.
I'm not shocked so much as
I usually come, I don't know why I'm surprised.
you know, like you and the girls.
I'm not gonna, I can't.
You know how they say like new and improved, but I'm not new, so I'm just improved. There you go. Show up. There's my friend Tom. Tom, how's business?
Like,
Very good. Excellent. You have a good August? I like it. Not to hear.
looks like, people must be really busy today.
Okay. You shifting or you shifted? Shifting, shifted, shifty shifts. All right, 11 o'clock. Let's do this thing. I'll be honest with you. We are going to be surprised to hear these words come out of my mouth because I've never said them at the start of a meeting before. We're pretty tightly packed today. Got a lot of stuff. Got to give it to you in the most efficient means possible. So if there is something that you love and we don't end up getting to that, just know that you can let us know. We'll make sure we get it. But we might, in the interest of time and taking care of everything, there might be some things, some old favorites, new favorites that maybe you missed, and we will endeavor to have them next time when we might have less on the agenda. But with that in mind, I do want to point out that August is like the Sunday of summer. It is the reminder that it's coming. And in the end, that's what we're all here for anyway, right? Got the baseball guy and we're talking about football. Get out. Let's get out. No cycle up here. All right, my friends, moving on. Bucket fills. I do want to start out today by thanking the incredible effort of this office to come around and be a part of our Ignite efforts. Our new agents and some existing agents were able to participate as students. And what an incredible way to ignite your career with the wisdom and the experience of all of these agents. And I can't thank them enough. I had the opportunity to sit in on every class for some point of it and got value out of every single class that we had. And was happy to be part of that and look forward to the next time we do it again. But if we give everybody a hand for being in Ignite. Ironically, you'll see many of these faces here right up there on that master faculty. So we got the best of the best doing this stuff, and they were fantastic. So thank you all for participating in that and coming around for that particular event. All right. Now, a lot of people will ask me, they say to me, how do I get in the meeting? I want to have something in the meeting. It's really important for me to have something in the meeting. They say, the meeting is jam-packed. I don't have any time. But I'll tell you, there is a secret to getting in the meeting. And Anna figured out that secret. Anna figured out that secret because the secret to getting in the meeting is results. And Jamie, if you don't mind hitting that play button right there.
Support, culture, team, learning,
Collaboration.
purpose, finding your purpose and vision.
Right, real, right? We've all talked about videos, we all talked about how important they are. So we put that in one place, KWPR Instagram. We had 500 views?
We had 33,000 views.
33,000 views. You want to be in the meeting? Get 33,000 views. Come on up there.
Come on up. Well, it is my pleasure to introduce all of you to Anna. She's probably a familiar face to you because she's been working here all summer as our marketing intern. She and I met this spring. She was actually a student at the Prior Lake High School where she was a part of a program that they called MinCaps. And it gives these students the opportunity to get some real life job experience. So she was a part of it was a group project. She was a part of a group. And all the kids had interest in marketing and kind of in real estate. But her and Janaea, who you've also seen at the front desk, literally sought me out. They came to me and they said, we want a real estate license. We want to be realtors. We want to do exactly what you do. And then they proactively said, and we want to work at your office this summer. Like, what kind of internship opportunities do you have? We didn't necessarily have one, but we made one. And they just impressed the heck out of us. So I'm pleased to introduce her to all of you and let you know that she is also going to be sticking around this fall because she's going to St. Thomas. So tell us what your major is and what your future endeavors are.
Yeah, so my major right now is entrepreneurship. I want to be a real estate agent when I'm older, and I plan on taking classes here, but I'm taking entrepreneurship just because I do want to have my own businesses too. But Yeah, so I start classes September 7th. I have my own business right now. It's just like a little clothing brand and I started it in February. But doing marketing for Keller Williams so far has taught me a ton about real estate. I didn't really know a whole lot about real estate, but I knew that I was interested in it. So just learning how to market for Keller Williams and meeting all the people, I've loved it so far.
So we have a favor from all of you. If you haven't noticed already, Keller Williams has, will you send these out? Yeah. Keller Williams has followed you and they followed your team. So if you haven't noticed, be looking for this, KWPRNN on Instagram and also Keller Williams Preferred Realty Burnsville on Facebook. And then help us out by engaging with us. If you can just try to remind yourself once a week or so to search those socials up, place a comment, give a like, maybe even share it on your own feed. Additionally, we have a content calendar, much like Drake suggests to all of us, and we're going to be doing Testimonial Thursdays. So if you guys have received any recent reviews and you don't have time to make them into a cool graphic, but you'd like to have that for your own social media, you can send it to Anna, and she has an email address at Keller Williams that she'll let you know about. And she can make that look graphically appealing. She'll post it on our site and then she can share it with you and you can share it. So if you have pictures from events that you've done, pictures from closing, from clients, send all of that to Anna, and if it's just easier, you can also just send it to me. But most importantly, please, please, please hop on those sites. She's cleaned them up. She's taken off a bunch of old data and posts and whatnot, and they're looking really good. And she is successful at obtaining a lot of views and a lot of followers. So please participate.
Let's give Anna a hand. Half of us didn't even know that was an Insta account and it's got 33,000 views, right? So these are public facing. These are for clients, customers, and things like that that you can share from the brokerage as opposed to, your personal sites or internal sites that we might have or be running. So be on the lookout for that.
And I just want to encourage y'all too, real quick. Take time to like, comment on each other's information, because that helps everybody out. That helps our videos go viral, that helps us all.
Absolutely.
Like bad jokes.
Comments are super important to making videos grow. So with that, we'll move on to, get it one more time for me. The Spirit Award. The Spirit Award is our good friend Melissa.
All right, well, we all know Jason has so much extra time in these meetings that he doesn't mind at all that I ramble on and then I talk forever. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm receiving an Academy Award and I'm just gonna ramble until he cues the music and like pulls me out.
He's finding us out right now.
I'm just kidding, I'm totally kidding. I am truly, truly honored to have received the Spirit Award, and it's the weirdest feeling because for the past year and a half, I've seen the Spirit Award roll around this office and people are excited about getting them and people don't quite know what to say, but I have to tell you, receiving it is truly such a touching thing. Like I posted on social yesterday that I was hugging it because I'm gonna miss it. I'm not kidding you. I'm truly going to miss this. It means so much. Now, if anyone is newer to the room or newish in the room, I do want to remind you that this was, I think, purchased at maybe like a Goodwill or a thrift store or something. It actually says it's the Showstopper American Dance Championship Regional Award. So it's broken, it's goofy, it's meant to be silly, but really what it is a true testament to our culture here at Keller Williams. It is amazing to recognize your peers, to be recognized. So I want to make sure that you all know that it really did mean a lot to me to receive it. I couldn't believe it, and I'm so excited. So then I started thinking, who do I want to pass this award on to? And if I could give it to all of you, I would, because you know how much I love our agents. But there was one person that came to mind, and my office is kind of close to the kitchen, and so this person comes into the kitchen quite a bit. And I hear conversations, I hear things going on, and what's different about this person than so many others is so many people are rushing in and out of that kitchen, but this person loves coffee. Pretty sure she likes it black. And when she's pouring her coffee, she actually takes the time to say, so what are you up to? Or if someone asks her, what's going on in your life? She doesn't just say oh, I'm so busy. She says, man, I've just gotten a lot of listings lately, or I'm really struggling with this. I also know from getting to know her personally that she has an amazing garden, and she shares that in the kitchen. She's a grandma. She spends a lot of time with her grandkids. She also contributes to her community. She's really fortunate in that she budgets the time and plans the time, and she gives back to her community. She's even received a Spark Hero Award, recognizing her for her work in the community. And the best thing, when I first started auditing her files, they would roll in right around closing, maybe right after closing. There'd be some things that were missing, but she truly embraces a growth mindset, and she has completely turned around and improved the way she utilizes command. I'm very thankful for that. She is an original agent to this market center. She's been doing real estate forever. She cares about her business. She comes to these meetings because she has a growth mindset, and she really wants to be the best every day at what she does. So you might not be surprised, this award goes to Krista. I know, and I didn't even get pulled off the stage.
We do have a couple new agents we want to highlight today, Don Fish and Darren Dodson, both who have joined us in the last couple of weeks, so we're excited to have them. Don is on the HHG team, and Darren was able to join us for the first week of Ignite, and he is a dual career agent, so we're excited to have that. Both of them with us today, or not either of them with us today, somewhere, and they're out there in internet land maybe, but have Jamie come up.
That's something happened to them.
Well, shrinking, I think maybe they were ready to hit the button to play Melissa off, and I'll pass that on to you, good sir.
That's awesome. Well, Krista, you got your work cut out for you when you hand off the award next time. That's something else. But hey, good morning, everybody. Almost afternoon, but we got a lot coming up here. Of course, today, let's focus on today first. Wealth building today, we have growth hour, and of course, happy hour at the OP's house, but we do know that Colin does all the work. So let's get Colin.
He's got at his house and wealth building Wednesday. Holy cow,
that's pretty impressive. So, upcoming class event we have here, KW Commercial. So let's support the commercial peeps. When we got this again, August 30th at 3 p.m. right after our call. So that would be perfect timing.
A hoop and a half coming on.
Vendor fair. Let's be fair to the vendors and have a good time. Coming up September 7th. Thank you, Victoria, for putting all this together so splendidly. You're amazing. So it's gonna be the fall kickoff for the preferred communities. And so we'll have the communities in here gathering and get the communities up and running for the fall, and we'll have the vendors in the hallways and see what kind of goods they have to help your business grow.
What time will that be?
It'll be right after the team meeting on Wednesday, and we're gonna have, like I said, vendors go in the hall, so our preferred vendors will be there, so you can touch with them, talk to them, see about their products. And then here in the training room, we'll have our smaller groups and communities and stuff like that. They're talking about what they're gonna do and hopefully getting some more membership and fall plans together. Just to kick off the fall and really get us in touching and swimming.
Absolutely. And then we're gonna be hosting something pretty special.
Oh.
So I think it's been 3 years since this market center, or this area, this community has hosted this. So we shall be hosting, the first one is free, October 20th. And it goes for 7 weeks from 9:30 to 2:30. And Thursday. So this is gonna be outstanding. I mean, I can't wait. I've heard, when I interview other agents when I work for another company, and I heard all about this. I hear, well, I'm getting all the recruit calls, or I'm getting all of these calls because it's bowl time, it's that time of year. So excited to get the troops together and be more bold.
If you've ever wondered what all those words are on that wall to your right, that's where they're coming from. And it's gonna be a great time. I'm super excited to be part of that. Look at her, she's hanging out in the back.
Floor cover. Yes, coming this fall, we're gonna have a meeting down in St. Peter. We give love to everyone in this, we're all prefer red people, right? So, we'll make sure we reach out with everybody and include everybody, and we have some pretty special people all over the map, so, I'm excited to pour into everybody a little bit even more. We don't have a date yet, we're looking potentially late September.
Second meeting in September, as long as that works for everybody, and you get a couple of things last short up, but the second meeting in September, should be the 21st.
And what was the name of the place we're meeting at? What was that place?
The St. Patty's or something.
Where we're gonna.
Patty Mount? Well, you were treated.
Where are we?
Patrick's.
Patrick's.
Is that the place? Is that a good place?
Oh, yep, that's right behind our building, yep.
Oh, see,
Easy peasy lemon squeezy, my man.
so there's way more than one reason to show. That'll be awesome.
Oh, yeah. That was my cue. Let's hear it.
Play that cue again.
The speakers are really.
Oh, all
I'll
right.
see if I can. Oh.
That's okay. I was gonna say, guess who's back? It's me. This is really what's back. Does everyone love that song? That's kind of fun. You're just lucky I didn't make you stand up and dance. So, as you all know, I have to place calls occasionally to the Realtor Association legal hotline and ask the attorneys real specific questions. Well, 2 weeks ago, I placed a call in regards to our buyers' desire to cancel a contract based on their home sale contingency. And it was brought to my attention that there are two things in this home sale contingency addendum that really, really favor buyers. Perhaps you know this already. If so, just consider it a good reminder. But what I hope it serves as is a catalyst for you guys today to go into a new approach this week of lead generating. Because how many of you guys worked with people who said, man, I'd really like to sell my house, but I have no idea where I'm gonna move to. Or I'd really like to move to this house, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to sell my home. I feel this really, putting an emphasis on this really opens up a whole new reason to call people. So dive in, call, and lead generate in this way. Your buyers, if you're representing buyers, will be able to make offers on homes. As we know, in the shifting market, sellers are a little more skittish and they're more likely to accept a home sale contingency than they were over the past 18 months or 2 years. And so as the contract says specifically, if the seller says, okay, I'll accept this home sale contingency, but now I've waited for you to sell your home for the last month or so, you haven't sold it, and I'm just tired of it, I'm gonna serve you with a cancellation. It says right here on line 29 that if the seller demands the removal, that all the earnest money is refunded to the buyer, just black and white, all of it is removed. If the buyer and seller can't come to some sort of agreement because the seller isn't going to agree to refund that to the buyer, even better safety protection to the buyer is that it says if this never gets canceled and the date of closing comes to pass, that the earnest money shall just be refunded back to the buyer. So it's very safe for your buyers to be submitting offers on homes contingent upon the sale of their home, knowing that truly, by the way this is written, they get all of their earnest money back. Now, put your hat on when representing a seller. You want to be sure to have this in mind. If you're going to accept a home sale contingency, you probably want to write something on a counteroffer addendum or maybe a blank addendum that says, should this backup home not sell within 30 days, we all ahead of time mutually agree that this shall be canceled and that the earnest money perhaps is split or $1,000 is retained by the seller and the rest goes back to the buyer. But I do feel in the shifting market that we are entering into a time where home sale contingencies are going to be back. And I think that it is a worthy time for you guys to go to your prospect of listing and buyer candidates and suggest to them that we can go to bat and try to get new houses with still being able to sell their current home. Any questions? Thank you. I really am done now.
All right, 72 Sold, you guys might have heard of that. We entered into an exclusive agreement with 72 Sold, and we received an email on Friday highlighting the opportunity to sign up for a call with them that was yesterday. I took that call, and I just want to summarize that for you so you can be a little bit more familiar with who 72 Sold is or what 72 Sold is. It's a comprehensive marketing program. It's designed to generate leads and listings for you, and then help you convert those listings into sales. They bill themselves as America's TV company for realtors. They do a lot of television advertising. They are currently started out in the Phoenix market, and they are 11% of the Phoenix market, and they have less than 1% of the Phoenix market's agents. So you can imagine that's a pretty hefty set of business. In the first half of 2022, they've already referred 25,000 home sellers to the 625 agents in their program. That's a hefty amount. And starting in 2023, they're going to be spending $12,000 a month in national TV ads.
12 million.
12 million, yes. Did I say 12,000? That would be worth starting. 12 million. So what do you get from them if you decide to deal with 72 Sold? They have an initial training program that walks you through how they sell and market listings. You gain access to all of their marketing materials, which include videos from an Emmy award-winning creator, used to work for NBC, and now works for 72 Sold, and the listing presentations that they use. And they're very unique and special. You do have, in the future, when they roll out that $12 million, you'll have an option to contribute to that national marketing campaign. And if you are involved in that, you will then get leads from that process. If you're interested in more information about 72 Sold, see that at 72national.com. I can take quick questions.
Also, just to mention, I think, do you want to go over the pricing so that they understand if you want to sign up as an individual agent, right? Do you have, like, I think it's
$99
$199 as a
to
one.
start out, and then $72 a month. After, well, not this month, it starts in October. Be the first month you pay the $72, and that gives you access to these marketing materials. Once they start running ads, it is a $1,500 buy-in to the ads that they're producing. And once they have enough agents in Minnesota or in the Twin Cities specifically, they will also run ads in the local market. And these ads, you also have the option to buy in. For these ads, they will give you between 4 and 6 referrals for each buy-in that you do. So you could, if you wanted to, spend $4,500 in a month and get 3 full rotations for that thing. So they basically rotate through all of their people. And unlike some of our other lead vendors, each lead is specific to you. It goes to you and you're the only person who gets it. So it's a very unique opportunity, but one that has truly dominated the market in Phoenix, isn't it?
So there's only 124 spots in the Twin Cities for this, so if you think you have interest, you need to sign up. Market Center doesn't get anything. We just want to get this info to you ASAP. We were on a call on Monday at 11 o'clock and it got rolled out to all of Keller Williams. So all the Keller offices in the Twin Cities are aware of this, and there's only 124 spots. If you're a rainmaker and you want to participate in it and you want your agents on your team to be able to do it, you have to pay for each person, because I emailed them yesterday. So if you've got 4 people on your team, that's 4 times $199, and then the 4 times $72. And each person will then be able to use this in their listing appointments. So for a very minimal amount, in my opinion, of $72 a month for you to close listings, like, I would do that.
Yeah.
And there's a 25% referral.
Yes. There's a 25% referral fee to the company in, Arizona.
Yes.
Well, there's a very new agent that started this program. We're talking at Mega Caps, so we shared info from him. He's getting 12 to 15 listing leads a week. Dishing them out like crazy because he can't control themselves. This was really promising. We're excited to share this with Cal and get you more details. And see if we can crush it.
With the buy-in to the advertising, they recommend you only buy in once until you get the flow, because they generate typically more listings than you can handle. And that sounds crazy on its face, but that has been very common, that people said, I can't do it every month because I can't handle the business that I'm doing. So I'd like to share some of that can't handle the business with you guys. Compass, you guys may have heard recently, Compass recorded a net loss of 101 million just earlier this week. That's up from $7 million a year ago. So last year ago, they lost 7 million. This year, a net loss of 101 million in the second quarter. I should be more specific. Robert announced that they are no longer recruiting agents in the future using equity or cash incentives. Executives also said they plan on cutting technology spending. Just want to make you aware of what's going on in the market. You're not seeing that stuff every day, but at any rate, a lot of changes for them because they're not where they want to be.
We're gonna start seeing a lot of that.
Probably. With that in mind, I've got my friends Brian and Drake to tell you about some funding, which thankfully was not spent on Compass.
Well, that was a great intro, talking about Instagram Reels, and we have a class coming up on the 31st. I see a lot more agents using Instagram Reels to market themselves, and this year, 2022, these past few years have really been, the name of the game has been video. Get your face out there and get it in front of as many people as possible. And so I'm happy to announce that we're doing another Instagram class because it's just the most requested class that we have. And this one is titled Scroll Stopping Reels. It's a Zoom class. And so, at the comfort of your laptop, you can attend this meeting. I'll be sure to send out the link in the Facebook group today. And if you have any questions on that, feel free to stop around the corner and come visit Brian and I.
Sounds good. I don't know if you can advance to the next. So I've talked a lot about down payment assistance programs, Minnesota Housing being a big one, where you can get 12 grand with no payment attached, or maybe 17 grand with a minimal payment attached. Both of those, when you sell and there's still a balance left, it gets paid back. All right. Now on the 12 grand, if the income is low enough, there's no payment attached, no interest. Good deal. So we partnered up with Freddie Mac, which is one of the biggest conforming loan purchasers. All right. And what we are doing with them, and I don't know of any other companies off the top of my head or that I've heard here in the metro area that has done this, is we partnered to be able to offer up to $2,500 in grant money to our buyers. In fact, this just came out last week, so we're even converting buyers that are in the pipeline who've got offers accepted, and we're converting them over to this program. So it's, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, they have their own 3% down programs. And it's for low to moderate income, but we'll talk about the income. It fits a lot of our customers. And 3% down, the mortgage insurance is artificially lower under the program. And so a lot of our customers qualify. And so the income qualifiers for it in the, Dakota County, Scott County, Hennepin, Ramsey, the inner suburbs, 80% of the median income, Scott County is 94 grand. Rice and LeSueur, let's get out a little bit farther, it's 80 grand, all right? So that's, especially for our single buyers or individual buyers, a lot of them fit into that category, all right? And that's if you're 80% of the median income of those counties, you can get up $1,250. And if you're at 50% of the median income, you get the full 2,500, and it's just a grant. All right, and so again, Scott County, that's 59 grand, and other counties, it's 50,000. All right, so a lot of, especially our single buyers, they're going to qualify for that. Used to be that you'd have to do a online course for pretty much all the down payment assistance programs. There's and maybe it takes an hour and they're grinding through the screens and clicking through the online course. It doesn't require an online course, it requires talking to a counselor. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but they do have to talk with a counselor, but they're skipping the online course. Again, if any other questions, come find us, and we're just looking for ways to get our buyers approved.
And if you want to be like Jamie and get the graphic co-branded and market the grant program, reach out to Brian or I and we'll get you set up. We'll send it back over to you. And Steve, I saw you might have had a question.
Yeah, I wanted to offer a sidebar. My 24-year-old son is using this program, and he never would have been able to get a home loan without, the first-time home buyer money. So really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, preferred vendor, a new preferred vendor for us in the commercial scene. They're all lined up. Come on down.
Right on.
Ladies and gents, Suzanne, Ryan, and Russ, I'll allow you to introduce who is who.
Yes, I'm Suzanne.
There you are. You got two Suzanne.
So I'm Ryan Zacharias, and this is my brother Russ, and this is Suzanne Glenn, and we are a commercial steam team. Don't let our name fool you. We not only do the most commercial carpet cleaning in the state, but we also are one of the biggest residential carpet cleaners as well. And we've done that without advertising. We've just done it through word of mouth and reviews, and we've been the top rated company for almost 20 years now. And the reason that we're the best, or one of the reasons, we have the best people and we keep them. So the reason we keep them and we're able to keep them is that we share our profits with them, we treat them like family, and even during the great exodus when everybody was switching jobs and stuff, we didn't lose any of our employees. So yeah, we're basically just your family-owned carpet cleaners and have been in the area for quite a while.
We love profit share at our office.
Well, we do. I promise we'll keep this short. We'll be around for questions, later. But we do have very flexible scheduling, Monday through Saturday, mornings, afternoons, evenings, even. So whatever your customers need when they're either have just bought a home or they're looking to list their home, we'll be able to fit around the other vendors that they need to get in there to get the house ready to sell. We also have a 10% discount that we will give to any referral of any Keller Williams agent from this office. So always make sure to tell your customer, your client, that they're getting that 10% discount because you are their realtor. So there's some added value there for your customer. Most importantly, by far, is we're going to do the work correctly. Like Ryan mentioned, our people have been with us a long time. This is their profession. This is not just a summer job or something. These are people who have families and are very committed to what they do for us, and more importantly for your customers. If there ever is any type of an issue, we go back at no cost and fix it. No questions asked, no complaints. We'll never upsell any customers. That's not something we do. Whatever price we tell them over the phone is exactly what it's going to be when we get there. So our people are carpet cleaners. They are not salespeople at all. So your customers will never have to deal with that. And then, like I said, if there ever is an issue, you jump on it, take care of it, no cost, no complaints. It's a very seamless process. Obviously, your customers are dealing with a lot as they're trying to sell their home, or in some cases just bought their home. And we make sure that this is a very simple part of the process for them. So yeah, like I said, we will be around for any questions you might have. Suzanne Glenn is going to be your main point of contact. She's the one who set up this whole deal for us. She's very hardworking. Everyone loves working with her. She cares so much, so you'll definitely love Suzanne. And if she's ever not around, Ryan and I are in the office. We've got a couple other people who can help out as well, but that's the other thing, we always answer the phone. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or 8:30 to 5, we are there, answering the phone so that you don't have to leave a message and wonder whether we'll get back to you. So we will treat you guys the way you treat your clients, and we'll treat your clients the way you want us to treat them so that you guys look good, because we know you're putting your reputation on the line as their agent, when you refer out, people to do work for them, so we take that very seriously.
I'm calling right now to see if Suzanne answers.
Hey, can I
Someone
just
will.
add one thing? I really want you to give them a warm welcome. They've been preferred vendors for about a week. And I checked them out pretty thoroughly and they aligned so well with our values. They're just a perfect fit for us. And so we are so proud to welcome you to the KW family of preferred vendors. I'm so glad you're here. And they provided lunch today. So please welcome them.
Lady? I'm not sure. There were so many people introduced as Suzanne. I'm not sure.
Very clean presentation.
Very, oh, man. Wow. But obviously, as the market is changing and it's becoming, the houses you're selling aren't going to sell overnight or over the weekend. Having things prepared and ready to go for your clients is going to be important. So considering their service for your clients can be a big part of that. So withhelds. Always fun to talk about withhelds. Who's got some withhelds today? Kelly.
I just had a listing appointment last night with a past client of mine who is selling her 2-bed, 2-bath, 1-car middle unit in Eden Prairie off 212 in Dell Road, 245.
Excellent. Scotty.
I have one, it's not up there yet, I just gave it to Hannah this morning. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath executive townhome in Shakopee at 380. The VA loan is assumable at 2.6 if you have any veteran buyers.
Wow. That sounds solid.
It's like new, I mean.
Yeah, it's 3 years old.
Friend Mr. Wright.
I have a 3-bed, 3-bath, 1 level with a walkout in Lakeville, just under 3,000 square feet, beautiful home, private backyard, all tree lined, 557.
Veritable bargain. Krista.
I've got a rental coming on this week, 1750 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Egan. And then I'm going to have, probably next week, they got a little bit of work yet to do. 259.9 up in St. Paul, just north of University in the Midway area. 2-bedroom, 2-bath with an expansion level, and basement is finished as well too. Nice little starter.
Going once, going twice. So. The next contestant. Now I'm going to bring up my friend Jamie. I'm going to go back to the thing up there.
There you go.
And my other fantastic friend, Amber Seaver. Tell you a little bit about their business. Jamie will be doing, yeah, I'll take care of it.
Oh, no, I was just
I
gonna
know.
say hi to the Zoom.
Not there yet. We have to do that one yet. I got it.
Okay.
We're in there.
Come on up, man. Would you rather sit or stand? That's good, all right. Well, first of all, one quick thing I learned is if you happen to have a client who buys an igloo, do not get them a housewarming gift. You don't have. First of all, these are my favorites, opportunities. I'm blessed to get to learn a lot about you all and your businesses and where we can help. Back in the day, the Twins day at the clubhouse, after the game, we'd all tend to hang out next to the top players and just hear their thoughts. What is the thought process? What's working for them? What's not working? And that was a daily basis. And still true to this day. There's a gentleman I mentored who's now on the Twins when he was younger. And he says, well, I asked him, where are you learning the most? He said, after the game at the locker. So this is an opportunity to hang out next to Amber in her locker. So welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit quick about yourself and your family.
Well, I am a mother of 4. They are all grown, and my last one's in college, and I have 3 grandchildren. Love of my life. And yeah, that's kind of my passion, is just my kids, my husband, and my grandkids.
That's wonderful. And what did you do prior to being an amazing agent?
Oh, let's see. Well, I'll just start off by saying my passion is being a mom. That's what I always wanted to be. That was just from, we were
get out of high school, what do you wanna be? I wanna be a mom. Well, I also had to work part-time, so over the years. But I did sales for quite a while, and I worked in freight. I sold freight service when I'm from California originally, I've been here 23 years. And,
Okay, wait. Why?
a very good man.
You better be.
Yes, I moved here, we didn't know if we were gonna live there or live here. He bought a business out there, moved it here to join a business, and they already had a family business. So my husband is also a business owner. And so so that's why. And we're still married and still very happy and empty nesters now. So on to our new adventures.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you came here.
Thank you. I am too, I think, except for winter, but yeah.
And I don't know if we did say, Amber is one of the outstanding agents we have down in the Lister area. We have so many great people down there. And so I'm just excited about that. I didn't know if we practiced that, but so your first year in the business, what was that like?
I barely broke even. It was just a learning process. Didn't really, Kim Hamas, who's part of the brokerage, she was my mentor with Remax, and didn't have a whole lot of support with Remax. I did from Kim, but not from Remax. And so then my second year, it got a little better, but not great. And then once I came to Keller Williams, I feel like I really did that. But I was rookie of the year with Remax. I did 27 transactions. But they called me rookie of the year because it was my first year with them. It was kind of a unique situation. But my first year, I really broke even. And then once I got really rolling, then I've just doubled my business every year.
Awesome. And what year was that?
15.
And what, if you could do something differently your first year, now that you know, what would you have done differently?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think I was just so overwhelmed at the time. I still had kids in school, and I didn't really have a plan. I just thought, I'm just gonna do this. So I had been in sales, and then I worked for my husband's company for 14 years. It's a family business, was not still there. I wanted to enjoy his family again. So and it just had gotten to a point where my kids were older and they were they could drive themselves and do things. And I said, I need to do something which is more me, which was sales. And so I went back to my old company, and I thought that I was gonna work for them again. And I was like, they wanted me to start up a whole new thing in the area. And I said, that is gonna be so much time. Well, I didn't realize this is so much time too, but I thought this was, yeah. So, but yeah, so my first year was not great. Second year got rolling, and but I really feel like I got a rhythm once I joined KW, which was in my third year. I don't know. I lose track, but yeah.
Sure. So what about Keller Williams that helped you catapult you? What got you into that gear? What did we offer, and that you took advantage of to grow?
So Olivia and Melissa Lombard were huge in just making me feel welcome and making me feel like family and support. And I really wanted that support feeling. Kim was very supportive. She was my mentor. And we were friends before that. She was my real estate agent before that. She sold me my house and so forth. But I just really, with Remax, I'll just tell you, not that Remax is a bad company, but it was growing really big. And we had kind of gotten adopted. I called ourselves like the unwanted stepchild. So they bought another agent's offices, franchises, and absorbed us as well. And we were in Lesueur. And he came down a couple times and met with us and stuff, but just, we didn't have paper clips. We didn't have a pair of scissors. I'm not exaggerating. It was bad. In fact, when Kim and I left and we got our new office, the Remax sign blew down, and it was down for probably about 4 months. So they did not take care of our office. We would get phone calls, why aren't you mowing your lawn? We got phone calls, or I would show up on Saturday morning and there was snow up to here, and I had old people coming in to sign papers, and it just was not, we weren't being supported. So anyways, so I actually, how I came to Keller Williams is kind of a funny story. I don't know if you know this, Olivia, but Melissa had sent me an email, and I thought that it was a class that anybody could take, that was just like a cool class. And I was like, oh, and so I emailed her and I said, I can't do it on this specific day, but I would really like to take this class. And she's like, oh, great. She said, well, I could just meet you and give you the materials and we could go over them. I'm thinking, well, that's kind of cool, but unusual, but okay. So she's like, well, just come up to our office, and I honestly just was not connecting the dots. And I had been telling Kim, I said, I'm just letting you know I'm shopping brokerages. I'm not happy here. It's not that I'm not happy with you. She's like, no, I totally understand that, respect that. So then I came up to, and I sat with Melissa, and she had like all these papers, and I'm like, how do you have all this information on me? I felt kind of like, what the heck is going on? And she's like, well, you doubled your business last year. We kind of were watching you. And I felt a little creeped out, like, what is happening? So then I was like, well, I'll go. I said, it would take a lot for me to switch. I said, it's a scary thing for me to do. And she ended up coming down the week or two later, and she's like, can I bring you a gift? And she brought me a gift, and she said, we want you to go to family reunion, didn't know what it was. She explained it all to me. And I said, well, gosh, I just feel kind of bad, like leaving Kim. And she's like, let's take Kim too. So we all went, and now and came back, and Kim and I joined, and it's starting to grow down there now. So yeah.
Note to self,
Bring gifts.
Well, she wasn't creepy, so that was the good news. Is that, but I didn't know that people researched other agents. I had no idea, so yeah, but she, as we all know, Melissa is lovely, and yeah, so.
Thank you for sharing that. Tell the group about how your team has formed, and where it's at, who was your first hire?
Well, so I haven't really hired anybody yet.
Who's gonna be your
I've
first
done
hire?
things backwards. So I started an office because we really felt a need. So during COVID especially, we have an office that Keller Williams supports in LeSueur, but I work a lot, I advertise a lot in Mankato, St. Peter, which is just 10 miles south of there. And then during COVID, we couldn't even meet at a coffee shop. So it was just becoming a real need to have a space. So Olivia said, you guys can, if you want to, we will get the market, what do you call that, like approval, so that we could start our own office. So I started that office, and I just did my grand opening March of last year. And this year, yeah. And it's going really well. It's a very big space, so I really need to fill it. I have 2 agents on my team now, and Corey is. He's pretty established. Chad is brand new, so kind of getting that going. And I had another agent. She decided to go to a different brokerage. So, and I just met with Sarah Anderson this morning, and I'm getting ready to have my new hire. So I'm gonna get admin. So I should have done that first, but the need of logistics was just a huge thing for us. So yeah, so now I'm gonna start the whole process of getting an admin, which is much needed. So.
Standing, so look to yourselves, anyone you know down in Mankato, anyone you know down in LeSueur, anyone you know in the whole area, send these guys the opportunities. So what has made you most successful right now, where you're at right now? What do you think has been the, obviously Keller Williams, we already established that. But what do you think, what would you mostly attribute your success to?
Well, there's so many things. This is a really terrible thing to say because I know that this is what we're supposed to do, but I have never ever done lead gen. I just can't. I don't have time. I know that that's what everybody, but if I did lead gen, I would really, I would quit my job because I can't keep up on my own. I'm handling my team, I'm handling the office. I just absolutely cannot keep up with, it's not that many deals maybe for one agent, but when you have everything else on your plate too. So that's why I need an admin. So, and then I would love to do lead gen. I love to cold call. I did it with my old job, doesn't bother me at all. I'm not shy. But I think being in a small town too, and my new office has this huge window and it says the Amber Seaver team Keller Williams, and that has been a huge promotion for us. I get a lot of people that drive by and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you started your own office. And I'm like, yeah, you see the agent on duty sign, you come in, we got coffee and we have it set up like a living room so people can hang out and watch TV, whatever they want to do. So I'm like, this is it's just a quiet place for you. I tell my agents, if you're burnt out, go in there, put your earbuds in and just veg for a little bit, like whatever you need to do. So,
That's awesome. So I gotta ask, some people might be thinking, so how'd you get past the lead gen to where you're just taking it all in? How did you get that started to that point?
I think it's just because we're from small town, I mean, it's a small town, and yeah, it's still big, but I was on the school board for 4 years, I had kids in school, I guess I just have a lot of connections, and so once people knew that I was doing this, I just have a lot of referral business. And then I do pay for Realtor.com leads, most of which I pass on to my team.
That's outstanding. So she did the reverse for your newer agents. We do promote that they're involved in some charities or school boards. Weren't you also you're the chair for the committee for school? The levy? No?
No.
There was something I read about.
I'm on the chamber board.
Okay, there's another one.
Yeah.
So think about all these, keep adding to your database, So she already had a massive database before the lead gen happened, right? So keep adding to your database. I want to keep on time, so, well, let me ask you this, have you looked, how far into the admin process are you?
I just met with Sarah this morning,
So
but
that's
it is,
the
and I
first.
took career visioning.
Okay.
And I took a lot of notes this morning and I'm ready. I'm ready to post my advertisement.
And how did
Yeah.
career visioning was beneficial for you?
It was, I kind of want to retake it. I'm meeting with Olivia after this, and I kind of want to retake, maybe, I don't know. I talked to Sarah, and it seemed like the one she listened to was a little different. Mine was very conversational, and I really need to get a little bit more just the steps of the interview process. So, yeah. But I think overall, it's a really great thing. Yeah.
That's awesome, great that we all have each other as resources. Now with the changes coming up, is there anything you're anticipating and doing different?
Well,
Of course, the admin.
the admin is my biggest next thing, and then that person will then hopefully, I'm hoping that will just be such a good asset to my team, that more people that have more experience will want to come on, and grow that office. When we first started Keller Williams, nobody knew what Keller Williams was. I mean, people were like, what is that? What is it? And they could change, are you a real estate agent still? And now there's Keller Williams Premier has moved into Mankato a little bit as well. So we're getting it from both sides. And so now Keller Williams is becoming more known as a real estate company. And the people are amazed to find out that it's the largest real estate company. So they trust it. And I like being with a big name. My son he also owns a business in St. Peter, and he's like, just do your own thing. Just be your own brokerage. And I'm like, I do not want all that headache. I said, for what I paid for the name and for the support I get, it is totally worth it. I said, I would never want to be my own broker. Thank you very much. Right, Melissa?
That's awesome. So do you have any specific advice for the brand new people?
Lead gen.
That's outstanding.
I know that's what we promote, and so I do promote that within my team. I just, Corey, who's on my team, he's very into lead gen, and honestly, I just told him quite a few months ago, I said, I have to be honest with you, I've never done it. He's like, he's very committed to it, and I think that's great, and so I want him to be kind of the leader in that and show all of us how we should be doing that. So, yeah, I've never been bold.
We're hosting it, did you know that?
I did, I just found that out today.
Did you find that out?
Yeah, I might actually attend. Yeah.
Oh,
I bought the bold calendar like at my first family reunion, and then I never used it. It's terrible, I know. I need an admin, he or she will line me up, so. Yeah.
I just want to open it up. We're at the locker, anyone have a question? Anyone want anything, any questions you might have about where she's going, where she's been, any observations?
How did you, so your first year or second year, you did 27 deals. How did you prospect? How did you get those deals? Where did most of that come from?
I would say a lot of it was Realtor.com. Okay. And then I didn't even do Realtor.com until a lender who lives in LeSueur, she came to me and she said, can I take you to lunch? So we went to lunch and she said, I'd really like to co-advertise with you on things. And she knew I was new. She knew me from other people. And her and I have really just kind of hit it off in the last 7 years. And so she gives me, in fact, she just gave me 2 really good leads. I just gave them to Corey and he ran with them and did a great job on them. And so that was the big part of it. So her and I co-list on, or co-advertise on Realtor.com. And then she just gives me leads. I give her leads. I try to make sure that I'm never just pushing somebody to use her. So I'll say, hey, I've got a couple good lenders. And then I always give them both of those. And I tell them, this one's really good at this kind of loan. This one's really good at this kind of loan. But if you can get in with a lender that's really going to be, kind of, I feel like just you kind of go back and forth and help each other out. So, yeah.
We have a lot of agents down in the St. Peter area. And what would you say makes that market essentially unique compared to what we do up here? What are some of the things that we deal with?
Yeah, it's way different. We get about 2.25% commission on a buy side if we're lucky. It's very competitive, I would say. It is everywhere, right? But there's some agents down there that have been doing it for so long that that's just the go-to name. And so that's who we are trying to become. There's one agent in particular, and she's, I keep thinking she's gonna get older and retire, but she just keeps getting market share, and it's like, okay, and she'll never leave. I mean, she's made it clear she's never leaving RE/MAX, so can't get her to come on board with us. But yeah, that's probably one of the hardest things is, people that recognize your name, and now I think that they are. I think people are recognizing us as Keller Williams, and I have people say, hey, I saw your picture, or hey, I saw this, and Aubrey and her husband, who are leisure team with Keller Williams, they put up a billboard, and that's helping just all the, so everything we can do just to get KW down the valley is what we're trying to do.
Sounds like one of the things that kind of maybe convinced you to come to Keller was going to family reunion. Many of the people in the room have never been to a big function like Mega Camp or family reunion. Can you name 1 or 2 things about that experience that kind of helps cement your mind that Keller was a place for you to be?
I like the big feel. I like knowing that there's, again, support. That's just a huge thing to me, is feeling a part of something. Even though we're in LeSueur and I don't make it up here very often, especially in the summertime. Jason and Victoria come down to see us. They're planning a team meeting, and they're trying to always bring us in. And that's how I felt at family reunion too. I felt like everybody was connected, even though everybody was far away. And when we brought Aubrey from Aubrey Leisure, when she came to join KW, I remember her sitting next to me, and she said, this person stood up and said, this is what I do, and this is how I promote. And she just goes, they're sharing what they do. Yeah, that's Keller Williams. It's the culture, and it sounds like we drank the Kool-Aid, I know, but it's the culture. It's family. And I don't care how big it is. I just feel that way. I feel every time I call up here for help, I feel so like, let me see how I can. I've had people Drake called me back when I first started here, and it was like an hour later, and he's like, hey, Amber, I had a few extra minutes. I looked into that for you. And I'm like, who does that? Like, who actually goes out of their way to look something up and call you back? And, he's like, I really don't know how to do that. And then he figured it out and he called me back. So yeah, and at RE/MAX, not to keep slamming it, but I'm just saying, I always thought I was a burden when I called there. And, but just, yeah, and so just being at family reunion, everybody talked to each other, everybody shared with each other. I remember agents coming up and just saying, you know, they didn't even know who I was and just welcoming us. And it was like, it was unbelievable. So, yeah, I love it.
Awesome. Well, we've got time for one more question. Anyone have another question or observation? Or if there's any one big nugget that we haven't touched upon, whether it's motivational or casting your vision for your future, what do you see?
My vision for my future is to hopefully retire within 7 to 10 years. We're building a house right now. I want to spend more time with my family, more that kind of stuff. And so I would really like it if my team got big enough to where I could pass that on to one of my team members and have them run with it, and then I get a residual off of that. And I would just be a consultant for the first few years, and then I'm gone.
It's outstanding. This is a company that teaches it better than anybody, right? Encourages it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, let's. Well, I'll hand it over to Jason.
Well, thanks for handing it over. You know, I've talked about this before. I love those conversations because there's so much we can learn and gain when we share. And it was interesting. I mean, honestly, you guys probably all wonder, do we set these things up, you know, and say things like, Amber, talk about sharing. But we don't. We don't, because we really want to hear what people have to say. So I do want to thank everybody for coming. What a fantastic opportunity again for us to get together, talk about our businesses, talk about what's coming up, and talk about things we can do in the future, and plan to see most of you later today for Wealth Building Wednesday. I have heard and seen people ask about a 1031 exchange. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to be there, and we're going to talk about it today. So it'd be useful if you've heard of that and don't know what it is, or you just want to know more. 1031, that'll be at Wealth Building Wednesday, which we'll have a short break, and we'll start that on the half hour. And then in addition to that, we got OP's house, and I think that starts at 4:30, but my workday doesn't end until like 5:30. Am I going to get a text if I don't leave on time?
I'll see you at 4:35.
There you go. Bam! I'm all about it then. So there you go. We got that going on today. Plus we have growth coaching wedged in between. So many opportunities today. In growth coaching, we'll be talking about opportunities and how to make sure that you are doing well with that in command, and maybe making a checklist and stuff like that, and checklists that are out there that can help you through that process, because we want to bulletproof your transactions as we move into a more challenging period. So with that, thank you all. Great month, and we will see you next time here on the field.
How is he gonna be an offer?
Yeah.
He should be.
How much is that?
That's right now. So not as.
And it's bound to take out.